You know, Halloween's great because in Halloween, you can be someone else, totally different than who you are. But if you do it right, a little bit of yourself's going to come through. Hey, folks, Coach Ted Lasso here, and I'm so excited to be on two shows at the same time. Two shows at the same time. That's usually the kind of thing you got to pay ladies of the night a little bit extra for. You know what I'm saying, Coach? Right, family show. Got it. Well, it is the off season for Richmond. Coach, we have an off season. We have an off season. So it's the off season for Richmond. So I'm tickled to death to be here to introduce this very special new segment between Let's Get To, the baseball show, and Screen Jocks, the movie show. And the whole thing is called the Cinema Challenge. Now, here's what they did. Now, I know what you're thinking. You heard Cinnamon Challenge? No, it ain't the Cinnamon Challenge. I tried that once for my football team back in Kansas, and that was rough, let me tell you. The Cinema Challenge, though, we got 4 people to draft. We got James, we got Daniel, we got Emily, and we got Jaysen. And they had to pick from horror movies that you guys then voted on. Now, here are the rules. Well, there really are no rules. It's got to be a horror or a thriller. The only thing you cannot do is a team can only draft from a franchise once. So if someone, let's say they're drafting Star Wars. Now, they're not drafting Star Wars because even though sometimes those Wookiees scare me, those not really a horror film. But if you draft like Return of the Jedi, which is the best one because it's all about bringing out the good in people, well, you can't draft Empire. Or you can't draft Phantom Menace, not that you want to, because Phantom Menace is maybe the only thing evil ever put into this world. So that's the rules. One franchise per player, and then they did one of them serpentine drafts to make it even. So now, let's get to the draft. And welcome to the very first Cinema Showdown. This is a co-production of Let's Get To and Screen Jocks, and I've got some fun guests on this one, our Halloween edition. I'm going to begin with one of my favorite people on Twitter, Yankees Twitter. It doesn't even matter what kind of baseball Twitter she's on. You can find her at Miss Still Your Base. She's also apparently Bronxy's biggest fan. I don't know. Are you a Bronxy fan, Em, or are you kind of like, y'all, it's a turtle, let's maybe hit the baseball?
No, I'm a big Bronxy fan. Sometimes you gotta give into those gimmicky things. Makes you happy.
I will say this, Bronxy greater than the Rally Monkey because Anaheim keeps that going, and it is obnoxious. Obnoxious. We also have Daniel Baldwin here. Daniel's a good friend of ours and really a fixture on the horror film circuit, writer for Dread Central, probably the go-to guy for just film knowledge, not just horror stuff though. Daniel, you're pretty much into film across the board.
Yeah, I'd say I'm as obsessed with movies as you are about baseball. Let's put it that way.
Ooh, which means I'm almost as obsessed with movies as you are.
True.
A2. Brute. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. Yeah, I had my it's the most convenient drinking cup I had. And Jaysen Buterin, filmmaker, our Hall of Fame member, Kill Giggles director. Jaysen, welcome. How you doing?
I'm living the dream, brother. Living the dream. Or I can't wake up from the nightmare. It depends on how well I do in this draft pick.
I think we can all agree. I mean, Jaysen, if you're putting this much stock into this, maybe we gotta get you your own Broxy or something. I don't know.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I presume like a spirit animal or like.
Emmy, would you like to explain who Broxy is?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know sports. Bronxy is a turtle that one of the relief pitchers on the New York Yankees decided to get, and now he is their mascot, and he comes to all their games and their clubhouse with them. And he did the celebration when we clinched the playoffs yesterday.
He shits in their clubhouse with them?
Yeah, he just hangs out. They let him run around the clubhouse on the floor. He's really cute.
It's pretty precious, and of course, he's called Bronxy because they're in the Bronx. All right, so we have introduced.
I learned something new today.
See, the draft is working for you, my friend.
I know. Living the dream.
We have introduced our competition, and I feel like the best way to do is to dive in. We have already told the fans, and so the first pick of the draft goes to Emmy. Let's see who you have.
All right. So I'm going to go with the obvious pick, I think, but it's going to take you right out. So, but I feel like you have to pick this as number one pick. Like, you'd just be stupid not to pick the original Halloween.
A2 Brute. Do you realize that I started typing NOES into your section on my Jessica?
I am in it to win it, bro.
Okay, well then I think I am gonna go Nightmare on Elm Street.
I mean,
1984 or 2000, whatever crap it was.
is that even a
Because of my
question?
desire to win this competition, I refuse to answer this question as far as a quality perspective. But yes, the 1984 edition of, although I do have a remake on my big board that might shock you if we get to it. I believe, did Jaysen have the next pick or did Daniel?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, I'll go back to the original draft board. Guys, remember, this is the first time we've done this. Jaysen, you are up with pick number 3.
Okay. And we can pick something else from that series, but not something that's already been picked. Yes.
Exactly. Like you can
Copy
do the
that.
remake.
Okay. I'm gonna go The Exorcist.
Okay. Mr. Daniel.
I'm gonna go for John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, that is such a
Nice.
strong move. Daniel, have you seen the Hudson? Is it Hudson Howard Hawks version?
Yes, it's really good, but it's more of a the monster's more of like a vegetable Frankenstein monster,
Oh,
if that makes any sense.
well, no, I'm thinking about checking it out.
It's good. It's good.
Is it
You like
weird
fif-
now? I want to see Hudson Hawk in a version of The Thing.
I would watch that.
Dude, we're 3 minutes in with a Hudson Hawk, and all I want to do is sing the, and you can swim like a fish. Now, Daniel, the way it works, it's a serpentine draft, which means you get to go again.
Well, then I'm going to have to go with 1968's Night of the Living Dead.
Guys killing it, taking all the big ones.
I'm
Oh.
telling you.
Dang it, dang it, dang it. All right.
Taking that off. I mean, my big board is already decimated. Just throwing it out there. Although I've got a ringer planned. All right, Jaysen, you're up, buddy.
The original Psycho. Pants down, without a heartbeat. Gotta be Psycho.
Motherfucker. Okay, then I think I'm gonna go with the
That was a really-
very first Scream.
Nice.
Okay, Emmy, you have the next 2.
Next two. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with Poltergeist.
Oh, you just became my wife's that is her all-time, no doubt about it, favorite horror movie. No doubt.
Really?
Oh,
And I
yeah.
just hung out with that kid that played Oliver. There, Ollie, that played the little son in that. I hung out with him a couple of weeks ago, and that kid is crazy. It
Well, of
looks
course.
exactly the same, but with a goatee.
Because he's the only one still alive from that movie. You'd be crazy too.
Pretty much him and Craig T. Nelson.
Yeah. And his career is dead. So, okay. So Emmy, you get one more. Or next one, I guess.
I think I'm gonna go a little into left field here and pick Aliens.
Alien or Aliens?
Aliens.
Got it. Okay, I am gonna this is remember I messaged you, Emmy, and I said I think I'm too in my head because
Yes.
I'm gonna pick a film that I don't consider a horror movie, but it's my favorite movie, and I'm gonna pick it anyway, and I'm gonna say Jaws.
I knew you were gonna do that. It's on my board.
I think for me it just transcends genre, so I don't know.
I argued with my best friend at the bar the other day. She said that she didn't think Jaws was technically a horror movie, and I think it is. I think you got that one. You're gonna get the people with that one.
Daniel, weigh in. Do you think it's a horror film?
Absolutely.
Okay. Very good.
It's an animal attack movie. Those count. If Cujo counts, then Jaws counts.
That's true. That's true. All right,
Maybe
Mr. B.
Yeah, that has to count for something.
They see you. You're right there. They can.
Hey, what's up? The
Say hello.
Dark Lord himself. Would you like to make your dad's next pick?
What's your favorite scary movie?
My favorite scary movie is Santa Claus.
Damn it.
What
told
did
me
he
to
say?
He told me to say kill giggles, but I said Santa
He said
Claus.
kill giggles.
No, he said Santa Claus, Santa Claus.
All right, which one are you gonna pick, brother?
Actually, no, for realsies, I'm gonna go Phantasm.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Okay. Hold on a second. It's helpful if it's actually in the. So whenever we do the 14th version of this, I'll have an assistant. It'll be great.
I'll
Daniel, you have the next two.
All right, I'm gonna go with Evil Dead 2.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
And I'm gonna go old school and pick the original Wolfman.
Man, I was just. I'm actually teaching that movie right now because I think it's so. Kids today dismiss it. Kids today. They dismiss it because of the effects, but it was so well written and so well acted. All right, Jaysen, this is your 4th pick, which means you'll have 2 more after this.
I'm picking 2 now. Am I the serpent or the rainbow? I mean, I'm not picking that one. I was just asking.
No, you only have 1 pick right now.
Okay. So confused. Sleepaway Camp.
Ooh. I already know.
One of the best endings of a horror film ever. You're like, but you don't want to leave your mouth open for too long, otherwise I'm gonna go in it. So, okay.
The best part is, since you and I both know both Tommy Fairclough and Felissa, who was in the film, you already know you've gotten 2 votes just by having it up there. Smart thinking, son.
That's not fair.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna pick a horror film that I know is God. This is where I'm like, I have higher ranked ones on my board, but sometimes you got to go the best athlete. This is a stupid move. This really cost me the thing, but I really believe in the film. I'm going to go with The Exorcist Part 3, which I think is a tremendously underrated horror film.
Fantastic.
One of the best jump cuts in horror. I mean, you say jump cut, I flash that scene in the hospital every damn time. It still terrifies me, and I know it's coming. And
That's the scariest part of any movie I've ever seen in my entire life is that one scene.
And I love that they brought it back.
Talking about.
And I don't know. Yeah. And I don't even know if you guys saw the Exorcist series, which I think was drastically underrated. Yeah. The first season, especially, but I love that they brought that moment back in the second season, and it still worked for me. And I was looking for it, like, oh, they're in a hospital. This is going to happen. I will say this about Exorcist 3, though. It's one of the few movies where I definitely like the theatrical cut. Like the director's cut, I don't think worked as well, which shows you he didn't really know how to make a film.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right, Emmy, you have 2 in a row.
Are those my last 2?
No, we're doing 6 rounds, so you'll have this one, then the beginning of round 5 and the end of round 6.
Okay. Just trying to keep track here because I lost my phone with my technical difficulties. So this crayon is not keeping up as well as.
I've accidentally erased my big board. I don't mind telling everybody that. I was typing your pick in and I didn't realize I was on my big board and erased everything.
Now you're just flying by the seat of your pants.
That's how you get Exorcist 3 with, I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna go with one of my favorites from childhood, The Sixth Sense.
Ooh. It's interesting. There's I don't want. Never mind. I'm not. I can't commentate on. Okay.
Easily, okay.
And I feel like I'm going off the rails here now and picking something that not a lot of people are going to vote for, but it's my all-time favorite horror movie ever, The Devil's Rejects.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Little tour.
I'm going to go with one that I actively hate, but I can't believe it's been picked already. And so
Jim, you can't pick Exorcist 2. You already picked Exorcist 3.
Dude, Exorcist 2 is so bad.
And you can't do like prequel to Dominions, you know?
Yeah, right.
There's like 9 of those, you know?
I actually actively hate this movie and everyone loves it. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to myself.
Do it.
Proud of my list.
Do it.
Nope, I'm not. I'm going to go.
Do it, dog.
We're going to stay in the family. We're going to go with The Omen.
Oh, okay. Son of a biscuit.
I love that film so much.
It's all for you, Damien.
Talk about a moment that doesn't, no matter how many times you see it, when she jumps out the thing. And that's another one, the remake I didn't think was terrible, but.
I never saw the remake.
I did not like the remake. I don't even think I finished it.
Did you see the entire series where they went in like Omen 5? Damien gets a day job and he's like in his like mid-50s and he's like, man, I hate my dad.
I did like because didn't Sam Neill played him in a film?
The third one, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the third or the fourth one?
When he's not catching dinos.
I lost
he's doing that. Jaysen, you're up.
Yes, sir. I gotta go original Alien. please and thank you. Because that just still terrifies me to this day. There's a fucking
Oh yeah.
It's a John Hurt moment, you know.
Daniel, you have two. You have your last two are up now.
Oh boy. For the first one, I'm going to go with the original Suspiria.
Oh man, that's gonna get you votes.
And for the last pick, this is hard. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
How has that not been taken yet? I thought it was already gone. Okay.
Because there's a gajillion horror movies.
It's true. I'm still not going to take the one I hate, but because we're coming. Okay. Jaysen, you're up.
Yes, sir. All right. Hagadaga.
Carry the three.
I don't remember. I know math is hard. Is this my last one?
It is.
Oh, hijo de puta. Okay.
Solo.
Come on, Jobu. Come on, Jobu. Come on. Jobu.
See, we got baseball. Look.
No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. Stop. Night of the Creeps.
Night of the Creeps.
Yes, please.
Okay, so
Kill Giggles just seemed too gratuitous, but you know.
I actually was gonna roll with Kill Giggles just because I knew I would steal all of Jason's friends would vote for me.
Oh.
Okay. I'm actually gonna do this one as a member of a point because it is the one remake I have on my list that I think is superior to the original film, and I think it was the first incident where we learned that Ryan Reynolds can act, and I'm gonna go with the Amityville remake. I think that movie is fantastic, and the act scene. So there we go. All right, Emmy, you get to finish this up.
Stolen. Now that was gonna be. I'm from Long Island. You just stole that right from me.
Wait, you're from where?
Long Island.
Long Island. Okay.
Long Island.
You said two words. I've always heard it as just the one word before. So I was confused for a moment.
I have one left.
You have one left.
One left. Okay. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna probably hate myself for this.
Say Kill Giggles.
No. I'm gonna do Trick or Treat.
No,
that was gonna be mine if I didn't go Amityville. Okay, so before we wrap it up, here are some of the movies that did not get mentioned at all. No Friday the 13th.
I did Jaysen the whole time.
I know. It was like no Friday the 13th. I was gonna go with Christine, but no one's seen that movie but me, so it's fine.
Hey, I love Christine.
Oh, and the score is great. All right, so what's gonna happen with? Yeah, no, the score is great. I guess before we go ahead.
Do we know the movie that you hate that you were gonna pick but didn't pick?
I'm not a Friday the 13th guy.
Oh, okay. I'm okay.
I find it offensive.
I gotta go.
I'm like I hate it. You know what I hate about it? And this is so Jim. And then I want to get some closing Halloween thoughts before we go. But I hate the fact that there are people who consider Halloween the knockoff of Friday the 13th, even though one chronologically one came first.
You're wrong.
And the producer said we had to rip off Halloween as quick as possible.
Yeah.
You know. Before we go, I thought it'd be kind of fun to, before we wrap up, maybe a favorite Halloween tradition from each of you guys. This is a leading question because I know one of the things that Jaysen does every year. He leaves every single film festival. We're usually Nightmares Film Festival. Shout out to Jaysen Tostovan for running that amazing event. But what is one of the things I know you do every year for Halloween?
I have to watch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, at least multiple times, but every time before Halloween with my boy. After we visit the pumpkin patch and take pictures, because he still lets me put him in a shirt like Linus and put a blue blanket in his hand and put the Great Pumpkin sign over there in his hand and take pictures of him. He hasn't told me to fuck off yet. Like, it seriously really meant it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Great Pumpkin. I've watched it every year. I have the original VHS copy I got as a gift in 1978. 78, like the big puffy case thing, and it's just. But yeah, every single year, multiple times a year.
Love it. How about you, Emmy? Because you have kids too. I mean, what do you guys do?
Well, luckily, my 4-year-old has become obsessed with Halloween. It's just like me. So
The holiday or the franchise?
the holiday. Haven't
Okay.
introduced him to the franchise yet, but his favorite, he's obsessed with The Nightmare Before Christmas. So we have watched that about 157 times this week alone.
And it's only Monday.
Yeah, and he's making our entire family dress up like all the characters for Halloween. So I'll be Sally, he'll be Jack, my husband's sadly Oogie Boogie Man. And that's
I love that. You're like, I get it. This is Halloween. Stop. Okay. Good. Daniel, how about you?
Oh wow. Of course I have a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old, so they still like trick-or-treating, but most of the time they now like to do what I like to do, which is just stay up all night on Halloween watching horror movies. Got to do it every year.
Yeah, Jess and I started it. We have this tradition we call Judge's Flannel Saturday or Sunday because we both travel so much that we're together and we hang out in sweats. She bought movie candy. I ate too many hot tamales and literally fried my tongue, which you can do, by the way.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Incredibly painful right now. My mind's off this.
Hot tamales.
But I think the one thing I love to do is it's weird because on October 30th we watch The Crow, and it's Devil's Night, and it's a top 10 movie for me, and a real reason why I went to make movies was coming out of The Crow and being like, that's what a movie can be. So even though you've seen my films YouTube, and you know that I don't do anything like that, it's all rom-coms and sad movies, but either way, that's it. So this is the first Cinema Showdown. Thank you guys for jumping on, and we're going to find out very soon who won. Now let's go ahead and take a second to recap those picks. Nightmare on Emmy Street. Emmy's clever team name drafted Halloween, Poltergeist, ooh, that one's scary, Aliens, The Sixth Sense, what a twist, The Devil's Reject, and Trick or Treat. Now the Haddonfield Shapes, that's Jim's team, they took Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, we ought to do a movie called Laugh, that'd be nice. Scream, Jaws, The Exorcist 3, Amityville Horror, the remake, and The Omen. Now, the Bates Motel Marionettes, they took The Exorcist, Psycho, or the movie that makes you take a bath, Phantasm, Sleepaway Camp, Alien, and Night of the Creeps. While Daniel's team, the Lanwilly Wolves, took The Thing, Night of the Living Dead, Evil Dead 2, The Wolfman, Suspiria, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All right, so enjoy the rest of the show, and we're going to have the results for you at the very end. So I want to thank Daniel and Emmy and Jaysen for joining me on our first Cinema Showdown, our horror movie draft. And now I'm very excited to announce the winner, Emmy.
Hey, Jim. I just wanted to take a second to thank you and Let's Get To and Screen Jocks for having me on the horror movie draft. It was so much fun. I had an absolute blast. Thanks to everyone on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere that took the time to vote for my team. And I also want to thank Jaysen and Daniel for being so much fun, for knowing way more shit than me about horror movies. I now have a dope list of movies to watch just for getting to hang out with you guys for 20 minutes. It was so much fun. Thanks again. Bye.
Thanks again, Emmy. And now listen up, guys. We're going to have another edition of this coming out for Christmas, and this can become a regular thing. So if you're interested in jumping on and participating in one of our competitions, thematically they'll always be different. Just let us know.